I'm curious. We saw the film the other night, and it was hilarious. I'm curious, what were your inspiration in terms of spy movies that made you want to make this, like write it and then end up directing it?
I just love the genre, and I think, you know, I like the international feel of it. I like the style of spy movies. I like the danger, and I'm a big proponent of, I think funny people in danger is a really great thing because it allows them to be funny. It's all heightened emotions and all that. And then, yeah, and I was a big fan of the Bond movies, but knew nobody was going to let me make a Bond movie, and so thought I'm going to write it for one of the funny women that I know. And but it was funny. I wanted to make it like a real. It's not a spoof. It, you know, it's a spy movie that's funny because of the situations and sort of how the characters are interacting. But you know, it was a real. Tonally, it was a hard line to walk, but it was the most satisfying thing I've done.
Well, I was talking to Jude and Rose about that, and that it doesn't, in no way does it feel like a spoof, although it has some nods. So I think it really stands out in that sense, that it's not a direct parody. So
we worked really hard for that, you know, and people still will just automatically say it's spoof just because it's comedy. But you know, again, I kind of bristle at that because we really worked hard. Because the problem with a spoof is there's no stakes in a spoof. It's just jokes.
Yeah, it makes the character silly.
Yeah,
throughout the entire project. And these are real characters, so it's cool. Like the project itself, just watching from the scenes that I'm not in the early stages while I'm there, but because I spent about 3 weeks out there. Yeah, I stayed longer because I was like, nah, I'm gonna be in this movie.
Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah, you can't like Curtis in this movie. I'm telling you, he kills. He gets some of the biggest laughs in the whole film.
So I have to ask, 50 Cent, is do you have a fan, or have you ever had an experience where somebody like Nancy,
tackled you?
Well, I've had them, yeah, and go a couple of times too. Like these people, they just want to touch you because they're not sure that they're gonna ever see you again in those countries and territories. You're there, and they just run up, they just want to touch you. But she gave me a whole new, like she tackled me, like.
And let me give props to this man who did his own stunt with no padding. There was no pad on the thing. He's just like, yeah, just hit me. I mean, it was crazy.
Yeah.
You took like a major fall.
I'm sitting there feeling like, hold on now.
We had a stunt guy for
we got
him.
a lady going to jump on it. We don't need a stunt guy. Just let her jump on me.
He did it over and over again. That was not just one take.
So, Paul, you've worked with Melissa McCarthy a number of times, and you're going to be working with her again with the Ghostbusters film. Is Melissa McCarthy kind of like your Leonardo DiCaprio to Scorsese?
It seems to be becoming that way. It's so funny. We always kind of go into the next movie going, oh, she's busy, and I'm gonna, you know, I'll be on a different schedule from her, and then we always end up kind of coming back together again, just because we just love working together, and we're just so in sync and have the same sense of humor and just the same things we're concerned about. Want to make sure that everything's grounded and the characters are real, and even if they're funny, we're trying to find that emotional core. So yeah, we can't quit each other.
So, I mean, obviously, you know, you're going to wait to see what the numbers are for the film. But, I mean, what are the chances for a sequel? And have you given any thought to that at all?
Yeah, I'm already writing the sequel, actually. I have a really funny story for it that is actually will be cool and high stakes, but some very funny turns that people will not expect. So, yeah, so let's, you know, touch wood that the movie does well. But, you know, we'll see. The response has been so good. We're cautiously optimistic. But, again, you never know. You know, you never know who's going to show up.
Now, I have to ask you about Jason Statham's character, because Rick Ford he's hilarious, and he feels like a character from his films, but like almost directly from his films, but just like a bumbling kind of version of that. I mean, was it intentional? Did you always intend for this to be a Statham role, or? Yeah,
I wrote it specifically for Jason. And the funny thing was, when I would hand out once, you know, I finished the script and people would read it at the studio and everything, everybody assumed I was going to cast a comedian in the role. And I was like, no, it's just for Jason. And they, oh my God. But, you know, because if you need that, again, since it's not a spoof, you want to have people that have that credibility, you know, they have Jude Law in there, you know, and have Jason, you know, this action star coming in. And, you know, but such a testament to him that he just kind of went with it, you know, and let him said the most ridiculous lines that we fed him. And it just became like this self-fulfilling prophecy, like, I wonder if he would say this, like getting more and more ridiculous. And he would commit so hardcore, which that's all you want out of comedy. Same with Curtis, you know, it's like, as long as they play it serious, dead serious, it kills. Like your line about Kanye in the end.
Yeah,
I won't even give it away, but he it tears the house down.
People immediately think that I wrote the line.
Because you own it, because he owns it. That's why.
I mean, it sounds like it would be a genuine line. So I mean, it comes off very well.
He does so well. Like when you're saying that it feels like it's from Jason's other films, is not having him so far away from what he does this great, allowing him to be that, and then for you to you find humor when you see, because you want to believe what he's saying to you, because you've seen him do some over the top things in other action films, like things almost unbelievable stuff, and then you go, while he's telling you the things that he's experienced, you like, nah, you couldn't have did that, like, and then it becomes really funny. It's like, you know, it's just you just getting to the nucleus of everything that you've already seen, that people already think and feel, and putting it into characters. It's make the project amazing, man. This is why when I read it, I was like, I got to be a part of this project. I don't care what it is. I got to be in it.
God, you said that. Thank you. Oh, my God. I mean, talking about Jason Statham fell out of a helicopter and lived in Crank.
Well, you know, that's what I was reading. I was like, this is almost like he's reading like all the events.
Like a summation of his career, basically. He's just reading all the synopses of his movies.
So are we going to see 50 Cent back for the sequel in some form? Maybe a team up, maybe a wedding?
I certainly hope so, if he's not busy. Exactly. Are you kidding me? This man is gold right here.